Welcome back. It is still Sports Gist right here on the Captain TV studios. Yes, I said it before. Compliment of the season. It is 4 days to Christmas. I am super duper excited. It is my favorite time of the year. I have Moses Abu on the show with me today. Hello, Moses. Good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Gist.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here, and Merry Christmas in advance.
Yeah, same to you.
All right.
We're looking forward to that.
Yeah, do you have your Christmas shoes ready?
Well, let's leave that for now because
Why?
I feel like it's never too late, you know.
Okay.
We're getting old, and that reminds me when we were still young.
Can we ever be too old for Christmas gifts?
Of course not, but I mean the excitement, the way you look forward to Christmas gifts and clothes when you were still young is no more there. Because
I don't know for you, but
okay, for me personally,
the excitement will always be there.
Of course, the excitement is there, the moment. But when you talk about the Christmas dress, the clothes and all that, you'll be like, as a guy, you'll be like, man, after Christmas, there's more to life. So if it comes, fine, and if it doesn't, you move on.
Can I just say this out there?
Yeah.
Please, I know that there's more to life, but can we just live in the moment? For once, we've been through a lot in this country. Let's just live for the moment. Anyways, there is a breaking news. Now, the European Court of Justice have ruled that UEFA and FIFA acted against competition law when they blocked the formation of the Super League in 2021. Now, Real Madrid and Barcelona have confirmed once again their full support to the Super League today. Now, the Super League CEO, Rijkaard, UEFA's monopoly is over. Football is free. Clubs are now free from the threat of sanction and free to determine their own future in the Super League. Yes, for fans, we propose free viewing of all Super League matches. For clubs, we propose revenue and solidarity will be guaranteed. This news just broke. I don't know if it's an open development, but then you talked about, before we came live, you talked about the fact that there'll be more team participation, and you even had to throw me saying that Chelsea, that is not doing well this season, might just have an opportunity to experience European football. We'll be calling Terry in a minute, but let's just hear your thoughts on the Super League.
Well, I think it's a welcome development because when the proposal started, UEFA kicked against it.
Okay.
And like we all know that UEFA is like a league on its own too.
Yeah.
Under UEFA, you have the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Conference League as well. And probably they saw European Super League as like a threat to them. But on the flip side, you would see the European Super League as something that will help other clubs and teams as well to participate in European football. Because when you look at the criteria, to participate in Champions League, you have to, finish in top 4.
All right. Sorry, Moses. We have Terry on the line. Hello, Terry. Good afternoon.
Hello, Jared. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Compliments of the season.
Wishing you the same. Wishing you the same. What an amazing day.
Yes, an amazing day it is, definitely. It is 4 days to Christmas, and I am excited. I don't know for you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited. Even though I'm an adult, I'm still excited whenever Christmas comes around. And
I was telling Moses, you can never ever outgrow the need for Christmas shoes and all.
You cannot.
Anyways, Terry, there's a news that just broke out about the European Super League. Yeah, and I was discussing it with Moses. I want you to throw more light on that.
Yeah, the Super League is actually an amazing news for me. I don't know about Moses' team. I don't know about your own team. All those teams that actually aborted the mission before it even got to start in the first place. I don't know about that. I don't know about Chelsea.
Right.
But I'm actually ecstatic for Real Madrid and Barcelona right now. Most especially for Barcelona that they are in a serious financial issues right now. Knowing fully well that after today's judgment, they will be able to cash out with at least 1.1 billion euros. That's a massive amount. Yeah, that's a massive amount. As in, it's going to do a lot. It's going to do a lot to their debt profile. So it's actually a good one for these two teams. But for apart from the fact that these two teams are going to benefit, it's something that's going to benefit every club that is going to be part of it, because. Yeah, it's something that's going to benefit every club, because the court has ruled today that UEFA and FIFA does not have monopoly of any football, any club any football competition, which means the clubs themselves has the power to be able to determine the kind of competition they want to organize. So FIFA does not have the right to regulate anything. They don't have the power to monopolize football. They don't have the power to monopolize club football. And the same thing goes for UEFA. So it's actually a very, very good judgment, because for a long time we all know about how corrupt FIFA is. We all know about how corrupt UEFA is. You as a Chelsea fan, you already know. I know that you must have felt it when. You must, let me not go into it. Let's just stick to the Super League.
All right.
Let's just stick to the Super League. But for me, not just as a Real Madrid fan, but as a sport fan, as a football fan, I'm actually excited about today's judgment, because it's going to be a new era for football clubs. It's going to be a new era for football fans.
Right.
And just as I always say, just as the saying goes, wherever an idea is being given birth to, it can only be delayed, but it will always come back into maturity.
Sure.
So I'm very, very happy that this decision has been taken today.
All right. So Terry, before this call, Moses trolled Chelsea, and he said he made reference to the fact that this development will give room for clubs like Chelsea, who don't have any hope of experiencing European football, maybe in the next couple of years. So I want you to throw more light on that. For more participation. He's not actually lying though, but the fact is that European Super League is still a competition that is still in an infancy level, so you cannot expect it to kick off next year. Okay.
Because from every projection, the earliest that this project might be able to kick off is going to be in 2025. Okay. So I don't know, even for Chelsea, even for a club like Chelsea, I don't think that next year they might still be able to experience European football.
I mean, they just have to fight hard and make tough for.
Yeah, the way it is, if they can be able to change their fortunes. I heard that Nkunku is back, so with the president, they should be able to change their fortunes. But if they cannot be able to find their way to even qualify for the Conference League, then they should just forget about European football till maybe 2025 when the Super League comes. And that is if they come back to join the club, because if you remember, they stepped out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they stepped out.
All right.
They stepped out.
Thank you, Terry. But before I let you go, Chelsea will take on Middlesbrough, while Liverpool will take on Fulham. Now, who will win the EFL Cup?
Who will win the EFL Cup? That is a very long one, because it's still a far way. There's still a long way to go. But let me say, Chelsea should just try and do something, because they are not playing in Europe this season. So they are just playing the Champions League, in the Premier League. So they should have, although they're having some injury issues, but they should be able to win at least one trophy for their club, for their fans. So I don't know. It's too early for me to be able to predict. But right. I would love to see Chelsea lifting the cup so that their fans will not go for how many years without,
Oh, Terry! Thank you so much. Thank you. Do have a wonderful day and Merry Christmas.
Wishing you the same.
All right. Well, Terry has said it all. But do you want to add any other thing to what he just said?
Yeah, he has said it all, like you said. The Super League is a welcome development.
Okay.
Over time, it's just been UEFA. It's either UEFA or FIFA. And aside UEFA and FIFA competition, there's no any other big league competition that you can ever talk of that brings clubs from different leagues together to participate in. So it's a welcome development. And like I said the other time, I said, okay, there's 3 tiers, right? There's the blue, the silver, the gold. But right now, we don't know how that's going to be. But the most important thing right now is that the court rule has come to stay.
Yeah.
So how it's going to be, only time will tell. With time, we will get to know, how it's going to be, because they said there's no permanent membership. It's going to be based on merit. So how it's going to be based on merit, I don't know. Maybe the clubs who finish top 4, they will be the one to be in the gold tier. Then maybe those below will be the one in silver and the other one in blue league tier. So with time, we'll get to know more about how that's going to pan out.
All right.
Yeah.
Like he said, with time, we'll find out how that pans out. But I support you guys when you said it is an open development. Anyways, let's talk about the Carabao Cup. Now, Chelsea has been drawn with Middlesbrough. Any predictions for that particular one?
Well, for me, I expect Chelsea to go on and win that match.
Comfortably?
Comfortably. Chelsea, they are in a more better position right now, and even though Chelsea have not been so consistent this season, but a win against Newcastle can spark up, new things in Chelsea. Nobody really expects Chelsea to go on and qualify ahead of Newcastle United.
Sure.
But they did it, so the belief is there already that if they can take out Newcastle, then they should be able to take out Middlesbrough. Though it's not going to be an easy game for them, because for Middlesbrough to proceed to this level, then it means they've done so well as well.
They've done something great. Although they had a fair draw in the quarterfinals, they played Port Vale.
Okay.
But that's not an excuse. They did
Of
so
course,
well.
yeah.
Okay, now Liverpool. Liverpool trashed West Ham 5-1. I didn't see that coming, to be honest. I thought it was going to be like, 2-2, maybe penalties, or maybe just 1-0 win.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming too.
I didn't see that at all.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming too, but West Ham, they've not really been in the best of form lately. Even in English Premier League, they've not been playing convincingly. They are just like a Tottenham sometimes. They win, sometimes they lose, and they've not been consistent. And when you look at Liverpool, Liverpool are not playing in the Champions League. They are one of the title contenders in Premier League as well. But to me, I feel like that League Cup is one of those opportunities for Liverpool to just at least get a trophy this season. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to see. I'm looking forward to see Liverpool and Chelsea.
I'm sorry, I don't know why you are the only person that feels Liverpool is not going to win the league.
The league
yes.
this season?
You're not even putting them in that bracket, like, oh.
Of course I am. Of course I am. But right now, the only club that is playing so convincingly right now is Arsenal.
Really, Arsenal will lost to Aston Villa. I think Liverpool is doing more. In my opinion, I don't know for others.
Arsenal right now, Arsenal, aside the fact that they are top of the league, their performance is very convincing.
Okay.
When you look at Liverpool, they are doing so well. But go and look at their performance against top teams. They struggle to score goals.
All right.
And to win Premier League, to win the trophy, you need to put in that convincing performance. Against Chelsea, they played draw. Against Manchester City, same thing. Against Manchester United, it was same thing too. Even though Man United were not even, playing so well, and most of their key players were not there. People expect Liverpool to go on and win that match, but they were not clinical enough. So I expect Liverpool to do more, and the season is not yet over. We've not even gotten to midway of the season. So I know Liverpool is going to put up a fight to win the league this season.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, so there's this podcast I watched, John Obi Mikel's podcast now. He had a special guest.
Okay.
The one and only
Jose Mourinho.
Mourinho, yeah. The special one. Now,
okay.
In that podcast, he asked Jose who is going to win the league. Now, they said Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City. And he took a minute and said Manchester City or Liverpool. And they're like, what of Arsenal? I said, nah. Now, Jose's opinion, obviously. I don't know. I don't know why, but for a reason, I agree with Jose Mourinho. I just want to argue with Jose Mourinho.
I agree with Jose Mourinho because Arsenal, this season won't be the first time.
Okay.
Arsenal would do so well at the beginning of the season, but over time, people have been skeptical about Arsenal. They don't know how to finish up. When it's getting to when it's remaining 10 matches, 12 matches to go in the English Premier League, you just see them, fall apart.
Okay.
And this season, people don't want to, bet on Arsenal again to win the Premier League because they did it last season. They did the same thing last season. And this season, people don't just want to do the same thing again. Arsenal are not a team to rely on, like that. You can't just verge on Arsenal. You can't bank on Arsenal that Arsenal can keep up with that consistency.
Yeah.
They've not been able to do it since 2004.
Sure.
It's not something those players are used to, even though right now they are in a position where they are more mature than last season, but can they go on and do it? No. Liverpool, they have that winning mentality. And when you look at the manager as well, Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola, they know how to grind that result.
Okay.
Can Arteta do that? That's the question.
I mean, people have said they are better this season. Maybe, just maybe they will surprise the world of football. Let's talk about the Bundesliga. They are currently on Christmas break, but that's not the same for the EPL.
Yeah.
And the fact that other leagues are going on break and the EPL will still continue, is a lot. It's really a lot for the player, and I'm expecting too many injuries. But then again, now what the table looks like in the Bundesliga: Bayer Leverkusen are sitting pretty at the top of the table with 42 points. Bayern Munich, their closest rival, sit second position with 38 points. Stuttgart, 34 points on third position. RB Leipzig, 33 points, fourth position, while Borussia Dortmund, 27 points on fifth position. Now, Xabi Alonso and his boys, they've played 16 games this season, won 13, drew 3, and lost nothing. What a record he has had. Ooh.
Of course, it's
very impressive.
Very impressive, because nobody really expects Xabi Alonso to go on and do what he's doing right now.
Okay.
In German Bundesliga, they are winning. They've not lost any match in the league this season, and they are topping the table as well. And you look at some of their players, the likes of Victor Boniface, firing on all cylinders, scoring goals and all that.
Who won the rookie award yesterday?
Yeah,
for the fifth
time. You know. And he's the first Nigerian to have a very good start in the German Bundesliga as well. So I see Bayer Leverkusen going on and doing great things, even though we all know that Bayern Munich will really give them a tough time. We know that. So
this season, now let's go to the Spanish La Liga. Girona are topping the league. Are we going to be seeing a Leicester City happen in the Bundesliga and in the La Liga?
Of course, it can happen. It's possible.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be very difficult, because when you look at the likes of the German Bundesliga, over time, Bayern Munich they've dominated.
For the longest.
For the longest. Even last season, we all thought Dortmund was going to win the league.
Yeah.
But before we get to know Bayern Munich, they did it again. And when you look at La Liga, even though Barcelona are not really doing so well right now, but I think Real Madrid are still going to catch up with Girona at the end of the day. They will. And Girona, they've done so well this season. Nobody really expects them to be topping the league and still be in that number one position. And I believe that even if Girona doesn't win the league this season, they might just qualify for top 4 next season. And
no, they will obviously qualify for top 4. Like
as it stands right now,
it's a no-brainer.
As it stands right now, they are safe. They are in a safe zone that there's no how they want to do. Even if they lose the remaining match of this season, they can't relegate.
Obviously,
they can't.
They've amassed more than 40
Of course,
points.
they have.
Oof. Anyways, I wish Girona all the very best, and I hope they pull a Leicester.
I hope so.
In the La Liga. And I'm tipping Xabi Alonso and his boys to go all out and win the Bundesliga. I feel like the era of dominance for Bayern Munich. I mean, I love Bayern Munich, don't get me wrong, but I think it's time for them to take a break. Please take a break.
Of course, we all love competitions. And when you look at the likes of German Bundesliga and La Liga, it's like the competition there is not as intense as the one we have in Premier League. And when you're talking about Premier League now, you're facing Fulham. You know you're playing with a club, not in La Liga when you're playing other clubs. If you're not talking about Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and maybe Girona now, other clubs, you just see them as a normal club. But we all want to see that in other leagues too. So I'm very happy that we are seeing the likes of Girona coming up and really, putting up a very good fight against the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona. And look at Bayer Leverkusen again. They are doing it again, the big guns like the likes of Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, and even Wolfsburg too. All right. Yeah.
Well, let's see how the season pans out for them. Now, before we go, let's talk about the December fixtures and all.
Okay.
Now, I talked about the fact that the Bundesliga, they are done for the year, so they've gone for break. The French League on also. But for the La Liga, Italian Serie A, they're obviously going to be done this week. But for the EPL, over time, they tend to play, even more games during December.
Yeah, even on Boxing Day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's a problem, in my opinion, because these players don't really have that time to rest. And let's not forget, 2024, there's a whole lot.
Yeah.
Now, let's start with January, the AFCON. So many players in the EPL, definitely traveling for the AFCON. Now, fast forward, there's the Euros. There's just so much going on. There's even the Club World Cup currently ongoing. There's just so many competition. Yeah. Don't you think the EPL should be in a level where they go for Christmas break too, just like every other club? I mean, every other league. That's just an opinion.
Yeah, I feel like they should. But on the commercial side, I think that's that's one of the reasons why they amass so much revenues compared to other leagues. You know, they own, you know, high stakes in TV rights compared to the likes of La Liga and Serie A as well. So most coaches, we've seen the likes of Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp complain that December they always have this.
Sorry, Moses, we have a caller. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Gist.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling us from?
My name is Mr. Balagana.
All right, Mr. Balaga. Now, compliments of the season.
Thank you very much. I'm calling from Mina, Niger State.
All right, welcome, welcome. Let's hear your take quickly.
Okay, there are so many issues, but let me talk on the Carabao, the latest one.
All right, let's hear
It's
it.
not yet to Uru for Chelsea. Chelsea are able to win the match because Newcastle, they didn't have their full squad.
Okay.
By the time Newcastle play Man City, they were having full squad. They are not they win 1-0. They play Man U. They having full squad. They beat Man U 3-0. But by the time they are playing Chelsea, most of their players going injured.
Okay.
Especially the goalkeeper. Even their goalkeeper is the second goalkeeper. So I believe it's one of the reasons that Chelsea were able to win the match.
All right.
Although people don't go to Chelsea, they give the good account of themselves.
Okay.
You can see that the match, they start to equalize next and then by penalty shooter, which is every man's game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now I think congratulations to Chelsea anyway. And Chelsea is also expected to reach the final.
Sure.
When they take on Middlesbrough to play final with Liverpool, that is the expectation.
All right.
But if Chelsea take Middlesbrough for granted, Middlesbrough will shock them.
All right. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Balagana. Do have a wonderful day. Yeah. He said Chelsea were lucky. You think it was luck? I think we just. I feel like we just showed them the
For me,
experience.
For me, experience, and aside experience, the belief was there.
Okay.
Chelsea knows they knew they can pull up a surprise, and people were expecting. It's been a while that Chelsea really did what they did, you know, in that match. Though at the beginning of the match, they were not playing so well, but everybody knows Chelsea to be a winning club, and what happened in that match, I wasn't surprised. So I wouldn't say it's luck. You understand? Chelsea is not a small club, and Chelsea beating Newcastle is not a surprise to me.
Sure.
It's just that the current form right now was what really made Newcastle to be favourite. But at the same time, you know, I wasn't surprised Chelsea won the match.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, back to the matter on ground. How do you think these players can be able to navigate this December fixture?
It's going to be very
and
tough.
still keep fit.
It's going to be very tough. It's going to be very tough for managers, for coaches, and the rest. Klopp complained last week. He said December is always congested with so many fixtures.
Sure.
And you've seen so many players, you know, getting injured. Some, they can't even, because you have to play like 2 matches in 4 days.
Yeah.
How do you recover? That's the question. It's going to be very hard and difficult. And you expect less goals because most clubs, they won't be able to score much goals.
Yeah.
The energy is not there. They don't have enough time to recover and all that. And that is where that winning mentality and the squad depth come into play, because a club who doesn't have much first team players or players they can call upon to come and do the job, is going to be very hard, you know, for them. And I'm sorry to say, I'm a Manchester United fan, but it's going to be very difficult for a club like Manchester United, because right now most of our key players are injured. The few ones you have left, how do you want to manage them? How do you want to ask them to play like 2 matches in the space of 4 days? It's going to be very hard and difficult to do.
I mean, I'm a Chelsea fan, and I know Nkunku just got back.
Yeah.
It took a lot since the beginning of the season. We've not had him. And our goalkeeper is also, you know, injured. James injured. There's just so many injury crises. And with the congested fixtures this December, I think the injury will just grow more.
Of course, it will grow more, but I'm very sure that Mauricio Pochettino knows how to handle and manage Nkunku. The fact that he's back doesn't really mean that he should be playing in game in, game out. You know, they just have to like give him more time to recover. Even Kevin De Bruyne is back, but that doesn't mean that Manchester City should start rushing him and stuff like that. And when you look at Real Madrid as well, Thibaut Courtois is injured. He's slowly recovering, but Madrid told him that they are going to give him more time to recover, because if you don't give a player enough time to recover, the worst can happen again.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the much we can take on the show. Thank you so much, Moses.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you to our amazing viewers. Let's do this again, same time, same station tomorrow. I remain Dearest Tumba. Do have a wonderful day, and again, compliment of the season.